My name is Amy Baack, and I'm coming at you live from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's my mom's house. She's practicing with me today off screen. So thank you, everybody, joining me from Sunset Cliffs, or whether you're at home or just watching this video later. I'm grateful to have you. We're going to have a really nice 60-minute all levels flow. So as always, I want you to take things at your own pace. If anything doesn't work for you, you can always modify, and I'll give you options as well to make things harder or easier. So remember, this is your yoga practice, and I want you to get whatever you need out of it. So you're always welcome to do something a little different than what I'm saying. But we're going to start just by taking a moment to get settled. Any comfortable seated position here. Let's take a second to close our eyes. So kind of nestle yourself in here, getting out any last movements that your body's calling for, and then allowing your eyes to close. Let's start by taking some slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose here. And start to follow your breath with your mind's eye. So watch it as it goes all the way down to the lowest part of your belly. As you exhale, you're letting everything start to loosen up. Your shoulders, your neck, forehead, jaw, even down to your hips and your legs. This is a great way to start the morning, to move your body, to reconnect back with your breath, your life force, and to hopefully really get everything working properly and back into alignment. So for the rest of the day, you're going to be feeling amazing and energized. And while we take these deep breaths, start to think about all that's to come the rest of your day. What are you going to be doing later this afternoon, this evening, going into the weekend? And reminding yourself how it is that you want to feel. Maybe you want to feel more energized. Maybe you want to feel more relaxed. Maybe you need to give yourself permission to let go of something or to forgive yourself. Maybe you want more confidence, more motivation. Just think on one word that describes what you need today. And then with that word in mind, let's bring our hands to heart center with your palms touching. We're going to take a really big inhale in through your nose. Try to hold your breath at the top and see if you can fill up with a little bit more air. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh that out, let it go. And then gently open up your eyes. Nice, let's get into some movement. So we're going to take an inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, just nice and easy, press it away. Let's take that 2 more times. So we'll inhale, sit up taller, maybe look up. And then exhale, full range of motion, warming up the shoulders, the upper body. Let's go 1 more time. Exhale it out. Good, and then right away we're going to roll up here to hands and knees. So you're going to join me with your hands right under your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we're going to start with some cat and cow. So inhaling, your belly down, your head, your tailbone will lift up. And then as you exhale, you're going to push and round into a cat, kind of tucking your chin, maybe finding some side-to-side movements. Let's take it back and forth between those two. So we'll inhale, heart forward into cow. Exhaling, pushing and rounding into cat. We'll take this a few more rounds. Again, if you want to add some other movements, go for it. Let's take 1 more round here. And then we're going to keep that motion going, but come back into a neutral tabletop. Reach your left leg straight out to the left, so your toes point straight ahead. And then we'll try cat and cow here. So it's going to be a little smaller. Inhaling, pull your heart forward. You're going to feel that stretch in your inner thighs. And then as you exhale, you'll push in round into your cat. Let's try just a couple more here. Inhaling, think about pulling your tailbone back behind you. And then you exhale, round your spine. Good. Let's bring that left knee in. And then we'll switch sides. We'll take our right leg straight out to the right. Toes are pointing ahead. And again, we'll inhale, heart forward, finding cow pose. And then exhale, pushing round. Really feel that spread of your shoulder blades here. So let your head drop. We'll take a few more here. Inhaling, feeling the stretch now of the right inner thighs. Good, and then exhale. Nice, let's try one more. And then exhale, bring that leg back in. Excellent. Now we're going to crawl both of our hands forward. Keep your hips lifted. Bow your chest down to the earth. Puppy dog pose. Stretching through the upper back, the shoulders. Really let your heart melt forward. And then we're going to make our way back up to tabletop. And then when you're ready, let's push it back. We'll find a downward facing dog. So you're going to lift your hips up and back, let your head drop down. Really strong push here with your arms. And then we're going to start to bend one knee and then the other, pedaling out your feet, shaking your head out, yes and no. Try to get a strong push of the earth here. So we're feeling the stretch, not just of your legs, but of course your back as well. So we're lengthening the tailbone up, letting your head drop down. You can find any other movements that feel good here as well. And then bending both of your knees, walk forward, come to a forward fold. So your feet will be hips distance. Bend your knees a ton, let your head drop down, shake it out a little, yes and no. And then maybe grab opposite elbows, come into a rag doll. Try to really let your upper body be loose here, breathing into the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. They might be feeling a little bit tight. We'll get them loosened up today, don't worry. And then hands to shins. We'll inhale, find a flat back here. Lengthen out your legs and your spine. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you bend your knees, fold it down. And then press through your feet to reach your arms all the way up to stand. As you exhale, hands come together down to your heart. Go ahead and again, we'll reach it up. You're going to find cactus arms here, bending your elbows. Open up your heart towards the sky. A little baby back bend to begin. Let's take that 2 more times. So we'll reach it up, breathe in. Exhale, pulling down, open up your heart. Good, let's go 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, open up. Shoulder blades are squeezing together, almost like you're doing a pull-up. And then we'll lift back up. As you exhale, take a forward fold. Let's come all the way back down. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then exhale, hands to the earth. We're going to step it back to our downward facing dog. Awesome. So again, let your head relax down, shake it out a little bit. We're going to go through that flow a couple more times. So again, we'll take an inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, or you can hop your feet, find that forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold it down. Good, and then reach your arms. Let's come all the way up to stand. Good, exhale, find that cactus, open up your heart. Good, we're gonna reach back up and then drop your left hand down, right arm will stretch up and over towards the left. Good, bring it back through center. Let's take it the other way, right hand down, left arm reaches over towards the right. And then lifting both arms back up, take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll take our forward fold, bow down. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then exhale, hands to the earth, step back to your downward facing dog. Good, let's go 1 final time here, bending the knees, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step or hop your feet, find that forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. So we're starting to get into that breath to movement. Let's come all the way up. Inhaling, reach up. As you exhale, cactus your arms. We lift back up, breathing. Just like before, left hand down, right arm stretches over to the left. And then we'll take it back up through center. And exhale, left arm up and over. Coming back through center, reach up. As you exhale, we take our fold. Inhale to your flat back. And then we'll set both hands down on the ground. You're going to step back to a plank pose and hold it right there. So straight arms, straight legs. You're pushing the earth away. You draw your belly button in and up. Really keep your chin lifted, your spine long. Remember, you can always take this on your knees. You can also skip it. But for just a moment, feel that strength of your arms, your core, your legs. Good. Everything is reaching out nice and long. And then we'll exhale, lower the knees down, press it back to a child's pose. Stretching out your hips, your spine here, nice long arms. Take a really deep breath in through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale, just to let that go. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll slide forward, coming all the way down onto your stomach. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a little baby cobra to begin. I want you to come all the way down. So you're going to rest your forehead on the ground, your legs are straight back behind you, and now we'll hover the hands off of the earth. So I want you to think about pulling your shoulder blades down and together, lengthen through the top of your head. Keep it small to start. You're going to inhale, lift your chest up off of the earth using just your back muscles. Good, and then exhale, slowly release. Yeah, let's try about 2, maybe 3 more. Inhaling, lifting up. Use your exhale slowly to lower. So it's really not so much about the height as it is the length here. Let's try one more. Try to keep your chin tucked so your neck is long. You're squeezing your arms back. And then let's lower all the way down. You're going to stack your hands here, rest your forehead down, and then bend your knees, and maybe start to find a windshield wiper side to side. If you want here, you can circle out your feet, spread your toes, kind of shake them out for a moment. Good, and then come on back through center. Both legs go straight. We're pressing up to Sphinx pose now. So your elbows are going right underneath your shoulders, forearms parallel. I want you to think about pulling your shoulders down your back and then pulling your heart forward. Keep it nice and easy. We're just getting started here, but I want you to think your heart goes forward, your elbows go back behind you. Even though you're not moving your arms, it's kind of like you're trying to drag them back. And that will help you keep pulling your heart forward, get more length. Lift your belly button up slightly up away from the ground. We'll take one more deep inhale, maybe lift up higher. And then as you exhale again, we'll lower down, stacking your hands, forehead down, relax your low back. And you have the option to find that windshield wiper again. Bend your knees, take that side to side. And then from here, taking your time, we're going to push it back, coming back up to child's pose. Hands and knees first, and then toes together, knees wide, stretch your arms forward, feel that good length of your spine. Take one more slow breath in, maybe an open mouth exhale. Just noticing how you're feeling now compared to just a few minutes ago. Hopefully a little bit more warmed up, feeling that heat. And then we're going to roll ourselves all the way back up to tabletop. Take your time. When you're ready, we'll push back to our downward facing dog, lifting your hips up and back. Let your head relax. And again, really strong push with your arms. Let your head be loose. You can shake it out a little, yes and no. And then we'll try lifting our right leg up here into a 3-legged dog. And then maybe some movement. So you can bend your knee, kind of shake it out, spread your toes. I want you to really keep that strong contact of your hands on the ground. Good, and then from here we're stepping forward to warrior one. So your right foot will land through between your hands. Your left foot is going to come down flat, pointing at 45 degrees-ish to the left. And then our hips are square forward, and we're reaching the arms up. Yeah, the goal here is to be able to get your back foot, your heel, down firm on the ground. So you're going to feel that stretch through the calf muscles here, through your hamstrings, and then you're strongly anchored through your right foot. We'll take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, find a hinge forward, sweep your arms back. You'll get low over your thigh. Now let's take that 2 more times. So use your inhale to rise back up, stretch tall, and then your exhale. You decide how low you go, but really get that full range of motion with the arms. Let's go 1 more time. Lifting up, exhale. Good, taking it all the way up, breathe in. As you exhale, open up to warrior two. Left foot steps back a bit. Your hips open to the side. Bend into your right knee. So we want our heel to line up with our arches of our feet. And then you're reaching your arms straight, feeling that strong energy. Take a breath in here. And then maybe sit down a little lower. Yeah. And then inhale, reverse it. Right arm reaches up and back. Feel the stretch through the ribs and a lot of work going through your legs. You're pushing your feet down. And we'll take it up and over for a moment into our extended side angle. Right forearm down, left arm up. Now we're going to take a flow back and forth between those two. So use your inhale to come to reverse warrior. Right arm reaches. And then as you exhale, extended side angle, left arm up overhead. Good. Let's go 2 more times. Inhale to reach it up. And exhale to flow up and over. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And this time we're going to take it all the way back up. Find that warrior two. And then your hands come to the ground. You're going to frame your right foot, turn back onto the ball of your left foot, and then set your left knee down. So you're in a low lunge. Right foot forward, left knee down. Yes. And then just scoot the right foot forward a little bit so it's in front of your knee. You could always stay down with your hands. You can also start to make your way up with your hands on your thighs. Once you feel good, we're reaching up towards the sky here. And if you want more intensity, all you got to do is scoot the right foot forward and keep pressing your hips forward. You're actively pushing down through your right foot, lengthen, and then maybe tilt back from your shoulder blades, maybe look up with your eyes. Really opening up through the heart space here. Good. As you exhale, hands come down to the ground. You're going to take that right leg back behind you and take a moment to kind of shake it out here on all fours. Bend and straighten a couple times. Find some circles if that feels good. And then when you're ready, we'll press it back and you'll find downward facing dog. Okay, let's try round 2. We're going to lift our left leg up now, 3-legged dog. And again, maybe bend your knees, circle out your ankle, find some movement to start if you'd like. Really keep the strong push of the earth away through your arms, lengthening through your core. When we look forward, left foot goes through between your hands. Right foot down, warrior one to start. We get our feet nice and firmly planted, and then bend your left knee. Right leg will stay straight, and then our hips are square forward, our arms are up. So I want you to feel pretty solid here. Like if I tried to push you, you wouldn't go anywhere. So you're standing tall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're hinging forward, arms sweep back. And we'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, using your breath, lengthen more. And then try to keep your spine nice and long here. Exhale, fold. Good, let's go 1 more. Using your breath to guide you. Exhale. Nice, let's come all the way back up. Finding your warrior one just for a moment here. And then we'll open it up. Warrior two, your right foot steps back a little bit further. Okay, and again, now your feet look like the letter T. We're looking over our left fingertips, strong arms, strong legs. Use your core as well. And then from here, reverse it. Left arm reaches up and back. Maybe bend deeper through the left knee, stretch further through the side body. And we'll take it up and over, extended side angle. Just for a moment here, left forearm down, right arm reaches. Now really feel both of your feet anchoring down. We'll inhale, lift it back up, coming back to warrior, reverse warrior. And then exhale up and over, extended side angle. Let's go 2 more times like that. Inhale to lift. And then use that exhale to take it up and over. Gorgeous. Let's go 1 more. Inhale. We'll hold it here just for a moment. Extended side angle, reaching the right arm up overhead. Deep breath in here. Use your exhale to come back up to warrior 2. Okay, really anchor down through your left foot. Our hands spin down, frame that foot. Come up onto the ball of your right foot and then set your knee down. Yes. So our left foot is forward now in our low lunge. Again, you can always stay down with your hands. Maybe start to make your way up. And maybe we reach both arms all the way up towards the sky. So actively push down through your foot to lengthen and then maybe tilt back, open up your heart. Feel like your chest, your energy is reaching upwards. You exhale, hands all the way down. Take your left leg back behind you, come to all fours. And then a moment to shake it out. Bend and straighten, draw some circles. Nice work. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll press it back. Let's find our downward facing dog. Okay, so again, letting your head drop down, strong push through your arms here. We'll lift our right leg up. Let's come into our 3-legged dog. Right leg lifts. And then looking forward, step your right foot through between your hands. Left foot comes down. We're going warrior 1 again, bending your right knee. Let's come on up to stand. Okay, take your breath here, standing tall. Now, this time you're going to find cactus arms. So you bend your elbows, lean back, open up your chest. Good, and then reach up to the sky. From here, humble warrior, hands go behind your back. We'll interlace our fingers and then draw your hands down. Now, lots of steps. You can always stay right here, maybe find a little back bend, look up, and then option to start to hinge it forward. You're going to hover your torso off of your thigh. So you decide how far you go. You can always stay more lifted. That's a little easier. If you really drop down, you're going to feel more intensity, more work through the right leg. So take a solid breath here. You can always release your hands if you need. And then release, and let's come all the way back up to stand. Good job. 1 more breath here. And then we'll open back up, warrior 2. Left foot goes back, heel toe your feet a little bit further apart. Yeah, now we're looking over our right fingertips. Okay, so from here, reverse it once again, right arm up and back. Bend a little deeper through your right knee. Stretch a little further through the ribs. And then take it up and over, extended side angle. Right forearm to the thigh, left arm is reaching up overhead. Lots of options. If you want easier, you come up higher to your hand. If you want harder, you can make your way down lower if you're ready. Your hand can come to the ground, or you can hover that right arm. So using your core here, using your legs, lengthen everything out in all directions. Good, and then lift it back up. Let's find that warrior 2. From here, straighten your legs, arms reach up, right toes turn forward. You'll hinge at your hips here, wide-legged forward fold. So let your head drop down. Nice slow breaths here. We're stretching out the backs of the legs as well as your spine and your hips. So you can bend your knees as much as you want. Try to really let your head give way here to gravity. You can shake it out a little, yes and no, maybe like a bobblehead. Good, and you're letting everything lengthen. The upper body is stretching long. From here, start to crawl your hands over towards your left leg. We're going to pull in for a deeper hamstring stretch here, letting your head drop down. Good, and then crawl it over towards the right leg. Again, let your head pull in towards your right knee, finding that hamstring stretch here. And you're pushing down actively through your right foot to lengthen your hips, letting your head drop. Okay, we're going to do kind of a fancy move here. So we're going to crawl your hands over towards your left leg again. You're going to keep spinning. Let your legs go with you. You're going to fold your right leg to come to sit, and your left leg will end up stacked on top. Yeah, so right leg is bent basically like even more than a 90-degree angle, but of course if you need more you can always reach it further away. And then your left leg is crossing up and over for a sit. If that's not comfortable, you can always stay more lifted. So from here, we're going to reach both arms up to the sky. Good. And then a little twist over to the left. So look over your left shoulder. Left hand can come behind you, right hand can come to your knees. Good. Come back through center, reach both arms up. Nice, and then hands down to the ground to the right. You're going to straighten your legs and spin yourself back to your wide-legged forward fold. Okay, and then from here, crawl your hands over to your right foot. We're turning back to face the front of our mat, and you're going to spin onto the ball of your left foot, this time trying to keep your left knee lifted. So we're a low lunge back to the front, right foot forward. And then your left hand down, try reaching your right arm up into a twist. Good, both hands come down. And then we'll step our right leg back. Let's come back to our downward facing dog. Nice job. Okay, let's take a really big inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Let that go. Okay, let's try the other side. So we'll lift our left leg up here, getting it nice and straight. Point or flex your foot, lift up a little higher. We'll start with warrior one. Left foot steps through, right foot comes down flat. And then bend your left knee, make your way nice and slow up to stand. Yeah, reaching both arms up here. Stand tall, anchor down through your feet. We're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, cactus arms. Bend your elbows, a little lean back here. Reach back up to the sky. As you exhale, we're going to humble warrior this. So we interlace the fingers, draw your hands down, find that back bend. As you exhale, forward fold, let yourself come down. Your head drops. You hover over your thigh. Maybe your arms are reaching up overhead. You can also do it without interlacing your hands if that feels better. Use your next exhale to rise back up. Whew. Good job. Coming back to warrior one. And then we'll open this to warrior two. Right foot steps back even further. Open up your hips to the side. Our left knee is bent. Nice. So really feeling that strength. Catch your breath here. And then reverse it. Left arm comes up and back. Really stretching now through the left ribs, the side body. We're opening up the space to make it easier to breathe. And then we'll go extended side angle. Left forearm to the thigh. Right arm reaches up overhead. If you're at home and you have blocks, you could take your left hand to a block, maybe down to the ground. Maybe you're hovering your arm, getting a little spicier. Wherever you are, make sure you're breathing. Easier said than done sometimes. Good, and use that exhale to come back up. Let's find that warrior two. Yes, and then from here we straighten the legs, arms reach up, left toes turn forward. We're back in our wide-legged forward fold. Letting your head relax, shake it out a little. Some options with your hands on your legs or on the ground is probably going to be the most stable. If you want more challenge, if you have room, you could grab opposite elbows, but I usually prefer to do a shoulder opener, interlacing the hands behind the back and then reaching the arms up overhead. That's a good way to stretch the front and the backs of the shoulders. This time we'll crawl our hands towards the right leg first. Let's come into that hamstring stretch. Bringing your nose a little closer towards the right leg. Remember, you can always bend the knees. And then crawl it the other way towards the left leg. We'll get that hamstring stretch over here, nose in towards the left knee. Okay, and we're going to try that fancy spin one more time. So now we're going to crawl our hands over to the right leg. You're going to keep crawling to the right until you got to bend that left leg. It folds underneath you, and then your right leg will bend to fold on top. And then I'm just turning so y'all can see what I look like. There we go. If you have a block, it really is helpful to sit on a block as well. All right, and then we'll reach both arms up. Easy twist over the right shoulder. Right hand behind you. You can bring your left hand to your knee or hook onto it with your elbow. Take some deep breaths into the low ribs. This is also a big stretch through the hips. And then we're going to go over the left shoulder, and we're coming back to stand in that wide-legged forward fold. So you'll straighten your legs and spin yourself back. Nice. A little funky transition, but we got to keep our brains fresh here. Okay, now crawl your hands back to the left leg. We're turning to face forward, and we're spinning so that we're in a low lunge here, facing the front of your mat, left foot forward, right knee lifted if you can, and then try a twist with your left arm up to the sky. You can always set the right knee down if you want. Good, both hands come down. And then we'll press it back, downward facing dog. Excellent. Okay, last thing here, bend your knees, look forward at your hands. Exhale, step, or you can hop your feet. Let's find forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, fold it down. Good. We're going to come all the way up to stand. Reaching your arms up. Exhale, hands together, down to your heart. Good. From here, reach it up. Breathe in. We're going to sit down to chair pose. Feet separated, hips distance. Bend your knees a lot. Get low for a moment here. Really strengthen your core. Think about pulling your hips back. Good. Deep breath in. As you exhale, forward fold. Come all the way back down. We're going to inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then we're taking pyramid pose. So a stretch for the right hamstrings. Your left leg is going to step back like a couple of feet or so, and then try to get both of your feet positioned down flat, and then fold forward here over your right leg. So really focusing on the strengths of your hamstrings, the lengthening that's going on here. Also relaxing your head down. Try to have both of your feet anchored. Hands can be on the ground. If you happen to have blocks, I definitely prefer that. And then try to loosen up here as best you can. Notice if you're holding your breath, try to soften. Feeling all that sensation. And remembering that yoga is all about learning to be flexible, not just in our bodies, but also in life, in our minds as well. So being flexible with ourselves. Things don't always work out the way we imagine. And that might be a redirection in the right direction that we're just not even aware of. So welcoming life's changes. Let's look forward. You're going to switch out your feet. So left foot steps forward. Right leg will step on back. And then let yourself fold here over your left leg. A lot of sensation going on, especially if you have tight hamstrings. I have tight hamstrings, and it's always really intense here. So remember, you can bend your knee, let your head relax. Try not to take the tension into your upper body. Both of your heels are down, and with your left leg, you're kind of actively trying to push down through your heel. Not too much, but a little push down with your foot. You'll feel that hamstring stretch even more. And sometimes we just need to remember to be more flexible with ourselves, remembering to open ourselves up for possibilities. It can be easy to get attached to our expectations, but just getting curious with yourself, getting softer, allowing room for growth. And then we look forward, step your right foot up to meet your left. Okay, hamstrings. And let's inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold, hands down, second plank. And the final plank you're gonna do today, reach your legs straight, your arms straight, really push the earth away. Try to lift up using your abdominals, and then feel that spread of your shoulder blades. You can always do it on your knees, but we're just here for a moment, enjoying almost the sense of being in a plank. And then when you're ready, lower your knees down. Let's find our child's pose. Toes come together, knees open wide as you reach your arms forward. You can rest your forehead down. Take a moment and breathe here. Nice, checking in with yourself, with how you're feeling. Try to soften that space between your shoulder blades and your neck, lengthening out your whole spine here. And we'll lift up. You're going into a little baby thread the needle here in our child's pose. So your right arm will weave underneath your left, and then rotate your right ear, right shoulder down to the ground. Good. Looking underneath that left arm, you're going to feel a twist through the shoulder blades. Let's come on back through center, reaching the right arm forward. And then the left arm will weave underneath, turning left ear down to the earth. And again, breathing right at the base of the shoulder blades. And then one more time, let's reach both arms forward. You've done an amazing job so far. We just have one final push, and then we'll slow things down. So you can always hang out in your child's pose. Feel free to stay there. And then when you're ready, I'll have you meet me one final time in our downward facing dog. Nice. From here, lift your right leg up, find three-legged dog. Looking forward, step into warrior one, left foot down flat, bend your right knee. Come all the way upright, reaching your arms up. Take a deep breath in. Just one time here, find that hinge forward, arms are going to sweep back. Okay, we're going into a move called standing splits. We're going to reach both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, hands come all the way to frame your foot. You're going to bend your right knee a lot and then start to lift up your left toes. Now, you could lift it just like an inch or two off the ground, or maybe you take your leg up more parallel. If you can go straight, more power to you. I can't, but do your best. We're squaring our hips down to the ground. And a lot of power, a lot of work through that right leg. You're pushing down through your foot. Let your head drop. Maybe lift your left leg a little higher. Good. One more inhale. We're stepping forward to forward fold, left foot down next to your right. Ooh, good work. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. And then reach your arms, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands together, down to your heart. Good. We're going to take an inhale, arms reach up. Grab a hold of your right wrist, take a side bend over to the left. You are more than welcome to stay there, or you're stepping your right leg back behind you into a little curtsy lunge, stretching through the right hip flexors. Take it back up through center. Good. Let's reach both arms up. Exhale, take your forward fold. We just have one more side to go, almost there. Let's inhale, find that flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back to downward dog. Let's take a really big inhale in through your nose, and then an open mouth exhale. Okay, let's try round 2. Left leg lifts. This is your grand finale. Try to get your legs straight. Maybe you lift up a little higher. We're stepping to warrior 1 to start. Left foot forward, right foot down flat. Then you bend your knees, square off your hips. Find that balance. Okay, and just one time here, we find that fold. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, reach it up. Okay, standing split time. So we take our hands all the way down to the ground. Let yourself fold. And then you get lighter on your right foot. Remember to take it at your own pace. Maybe you're hanging here. Maybe you lift your foot just a few inches. Maybe you're taking that leg up pretty high. Now try to drop your right hip so it's squaring to the ground. And then maybe lift your right glute up a little bit higher. Lots of length through that back leg. And then relax your head. Yeah, you're pushing down through the left leg. One more inhale. And then use that exhale to step your right foot down to the ground. Forward fold. Well deserved. Inhale, let's find that flat back. Exhale, fold. Last time we come all the way up to stand. We exhale, hands to the heart. Then we'll reach up, grab a hold of your left wrist, side bend over to the right. Maybe you stay there or step your left foot back behind you and lunge into it. Just stretched out the back of the left leg. Now we're getting a little bit more into the front. Come on, back up to stand. Inhale, arms reach up. One final time. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Now we're just going to lower both of our knees down. You're going to come to sit. So bringing the feet to one side. Let your hips lower. We'll come to butterfly pose. Well done. We made it through all the standing stuff, the harder stuff. Now we get to slow things down a little bit more. So I want you to bring the soles of your feet together, kind of walk your hips back. You're letting your knees just drop down to the earth. You can hang out right here or find a hinge forward, getting a little closer to your feet. That hinge is happening at your hips here in your inner thighs. Starting to slow down your breathing as well. Relaxing your shoulders, your forehead, your jaw. Well, let's roll all the way up. From here, you're going to reach your right leg out to the right. Left leg will fold in, kind of tucking into your inner thigh. And then reach your right hand down for your foot. Left arm will come up and over. So we did a lot of work to stretch out your hamstrings, as well as the side body. Everything in our bodies is connected. So feeling the whole backside, hopefully a little bit more open, or at least more active. We're going to come all the way up. Fancy move, it's optional, but you're going to bring your left hand behind you. We're coming up onto the left thigh and reaching your right arm up and kind of letting your hips and your chest open up to the sky. Let your head relax, stretch through the front of the hips. And then nice and slow, lower yourself back down. And then we're just going to switch out our hips here. So we'll straighten out the left leg, fold the right leg in. Left hand down for your foot. Right arm will come up and over. And then let's lift it up. Right hand goes back behind you. That's your foundation. Lift up onto your right shin and then let your arm fall back behind you. Your chest, your hips are opening up to the sky. Good. And then we'll slowly lower that down as well. Bring both feet around to come in front of you. It's time to lie down. So we're going to make our way nice and slowly onto your back and hug your knees into your chest to start. We'll take a rock side to side. So we made it through all the hard stuff. You get to lie down from here on out. So get cozy, make sure you're comfortable. And let's start by taking a figure 4 stretch. So we'll set both feet down on the earth. Let's stretch out the hips. Your right ankle will cross over your left knee. Keep your right foot flexed. And then thread your arms through, grabbing onto the left leg to pull this whole shape in closer. And then try to soften your shoulders, your hips. Be gentle with yourself. Maybe you want to find a rock side to side. Maybe you just want to stay in stillness. Starting to feel all the effects of that hard work. Slowing down your breathing, feeling your body start to become more calm, more centered. Let's bring the right foot down. And then we'll switch sides. So our left ankle now crosses over the right knee. And then again, you can hang out right here, or if it feels good, we'll thread the arms through and gently pull this whole shape in. This is nice because it stretches really all the way around your hips. So we'll get into that inner hip, the outer hip. And depending on which way you lean when you rock side to side, you can get more into one or the other. So kind of play around with it. My left hip is always a lot tighter than the right in general. Maybe you notice something like that in yourself as well. It's always important to use yoga as a tool to check in with ourselves, notice how our bodies are feeling, so that we can give ourselves the care and attention that we need when we're off the mat as well. Good. Let's take this into a supine twist. We'll bring both knees into our chest. Let's keep hugging onto the right leg. Go ahead and straighten the left leg all the way down on the ground. And then your right arm will go out to the right, either straight or bend it like a cactus. And then use your left hand to guide your knee across your body over to the left. And maybe turn your head to look over to the right. Letting your body soften here. Taking deep breaths into the right ribs. See if you can feel them expand out to the sides. And then nice and slow, we'll roll it back through center. Go ahead and slide that right leg out straight. And then switch sides, left knee into your chest. And then take your left arm out to the left, using your right hand to guide your knee across your body over to the right. And then maybe turn your head to look to the left. Again, try to relax through your shoulders, through your upper body. And then nice and slow, roll yourself back through center. Time for Shavasana, best pose of all. So we get to take a moment here to fully rest and relax. So go ahead and wiggle your legs out nice and long. Arms can come by your sides, or you can rest them on your heart or on your stomach. Any way that feels comfortable. If you need to sit up, that's fine too. Just want you to take a few minutes here to fully let your body relax. This is the time when your body and your mind really integrate everything you just did. It was a lot of movement. Standing splits are not easy, but you did it. So feeling proud of yourself, remaining flexible, like I said, not just in your body, but also in your mind, in your spirit, welcoming in whatever life throws at us. And we'll take just a few minutes here. I'll let you know when it's time to get up. So for now, enjoy your rest. Let's start to take your last few deep breaths here. And being as gentle with yourself and your body as you can. Let's start to add some movements, gently waking yourself up. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes or circle out your wrists and ankles. If you like, you can take a good morning stretch, reaching your arms overhead, stretching from your fingers all the way down through your feet. Let's roll over to one side, just pausing for a moment to give thanks for this day, for this chance to practice, and also just thanking the universe for life itself, the fact that we're here. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to press ourselves nice and slow all the way back up to sit. And friends, you can sit any way that feels good. Just one final time, like we started. We're going to end here by closing our eyes and bring our hands to heart center. Feeling gratitude for this day, for this practice, for yourself. Let's take one final really big inhale in through your nose, trying to hold your breath at the top. See if you can fill up with a little bit more air. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Let that go. Getting ready to have a wonderful weekend and rest of your day ahead. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, and good job. Nice work. Huge thank you to everybody that joined me. Thank you for streaming it and for watching this video later on. Super grateful to you. I do accept donations at my Venmo, Mind Body Badass, same as my YouTube account. Please be sure to tell your friends. We're here every single Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.